Welcome to Sports Ball Roundup. Now here's your hosts, Devin and Reese.
Yes, hello and welcome to Sports Ball Roundup. I am Devin. Joining me is my co-host Reese. And Reese, it's time for best bets and fantasy. So we'll start off with the fantasy lineup this week. Let's see. My matchup is on my opponent's side. Dak Prescott is their quarterback. Brian Robinson Jr. is running back 1. Bijan Robinson, running back 2. Justin Jefferson is his wide receiver. A.J. Brown is his wide receiver 2. Zach Ertz is his tight end. Puka Nacua, the Los Angeles wide receiver, is his flex. He's got Washington's defense, and Jake Moody is his kicker. So with that being said, Reese, I think I'm going to go, obviously, Josh Allen for my quarterback. Aaron Jones did not impress me last week, but I'm going to put him in again as running back 1. Cam Akers did impress me last week, so he moves up into Chuba Hubbard's spot as running back 2. George Pickens will be wide receiver 1. Adam Thielen is wide receiver 2. TJ Hawkinson is my tight end. Sam Laporta is my flex. Steelers is my defense, and Butker is again my kicker. My bench players on bye are Amari Cooper, Geno Smith, the Browns defense, and Jason Myers, which is Seattle's kicker. So my available bench would be Singletary for running back, Hubbard for running back, and Valdes-Scantling for wide receiver. So, Reese, do you think my starting lineup is pretty good for this week, or would you change something?
Yeah, for the options you got to pick from on your bench this week, I think it's a decent lineup. I think it's a pretty good lineup for this week.
All right, so we will see. I will keep you updated. Just real quick, last week, I lost again, so I'm 2-2. Not terrible, but not the greatest. I went up against a team who had underperformed all week, so it was kind of time for them to come into their own. I only scored 78.9 points because all my players, with the exception of honestly Josh Allen, underperformed. I guess Harrison Butker did give me 11 points, but Aaron Jones only gave me 2.4. Amari Cooper only gave me 2.6. Pickens only gave me 5.5. Hawkinson only gave me 4.4. And Pittsburgh actually lost me 6 points for the defense. So, but on my bench, I couldn't really, make different moves and win, because on my bench, Cam Akers only scored 7.1. Laporta scored 9.6. Singletary scored 8.8. Cleveland's defense scored 6. And Scantling scored 1.6. So I really all my players underperformed, and I did the best I could. And this week, my opponent is the only undefeated team left, Reese. So it'll be an uphill battle.
Yeah, especially with Justin Jefferson at wide receiver.
Yeah, I'm hoping TJ gets more targets than him, because
Yeah,
that's my hope.
yeah, especially at home against the Chiefs. They're
Yeah,
gonna be having to throw the ball a lot.
yeah.
So
So yeah, maybe I'll put in Hubbard, because you're right. I think they'll have to throw the ball a lot, and you know they are facing KC, so maybe I'll put in Hubbard instead. So no, I'll have to think about that. But moving on to best bets. Last week was my down week. I only went 1 for 3, while John went 2 for 3. Last week his only loss was I believe it was KC -9.5. And I had Green Bay +1.5. That didn't pan out. Dolphins +3. That also didn't work. We both had Seattle +1.5. That worked. He had Chargers -5.5, and that also hit. So he went 2 for 3. I went 1 for 3. This week on John's side, he has Jets +1.5, Arizona +3, Miami -10.5. On my side, I have Kansas City -4, Green Bay -1, and Jets +1.5. So, Reese, anything with those bets that you like or don't like?
I'm looking at the Jets Broncos game, and I can't really decide on who's going to win that or not. I mean, both teams are equally bad.
I would not say that. I don't think the Jets are that bad. Their offense may be not great, but number one, they scored 20 against KC, who has a pretty good defense. And number two, they held KC to 23 points and picked off Mahomes 3 times. I think the Jets' defense is something, and their offense isn't that great. They had a stellar week last week, and I don't think that that's how they're going to perform. But I think the Jets are a better team than people think because of the defense.
I mean, I could see that. I don't. I just don't know. Their only road game, they only scored 10 points, but this is their second road game of the year. They should win this game, but being at Denver, I know the Broncos are not great, but I could see them maybe sneaking this one out. Other than that, KC -4 seems all right. Green Bay at the Raiders seems a little iffy, but other than that, they look okay to me, I guess. So about half for me, or questionable, I might say.
Well, I guess these games aren't played on paper; they're played on the field. So we'll have to see. But for Reese, I am Devin. You've been listening to Sports Ball Roundup. Have yourselves a wonderful day.